safety Collin Matteson. Whoever wants to start in person can go ahead.
Okay. Andon, congratulations. The defense just kept making plays, stops. I don't know how many punts you forced, but just on the opening drive, you forced a field goal attempt, and different times just kept making the plays, keep your team in the game. What were you thinking? What were you achieving? What was on the challenge that KSU presented?
Yeah, they presented a big challenge, right? They have a really talented quarterback who can run and throw really well. Great O-line, they can run the ball, very versatile. But really, we owe this win to our scout team. I mean, those guys came out firing this week. Absolute studs. We really owe this win to them. But Kansas State was a really good team, and we were just able to make some plays.
Yeah, just to ask you, at the end of the second quarter, you're down 13, and the defense stops on 3rd and 7. And Caleb and Collin, you were in on that play. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was a big play. We knew we needed to get them off the field and just make a play. We trusted everyone. Everyone trusted each other and just did their job and proved successful.
And I was just watching the offense. Cale Hellam playing his first game. I think he carried 38 times, 130 yards. What was it like watching Cale play his first game and performing like he did?
It was awesome. We're all so proud of him. He's put in so much work for his third year here, really fourth year here, being at prep, right? He's put in so much work. We're all really proud of him. I mean, the O-line came out firing. He couldn't have done that without the O-line, without the mob up front. I'm just really proud of the guys, and we were able to respond from last week. Obviously, last week wasn't in our favor, but we were able to respond and come out and hopefully get a win.
How is it just you're down 13-0, and you made a play, get the ball back to the offense, and Cale was able to run for a touchdown at the end of the first half. It really gave you some momentum going into the second half.
Yeah, it was a big play for us. Their offense getting a touchdown before halftime kind of swung momentum, and then they got the ball back after halftime. I think they got off the field pretty quickly, and the defense was able to get off the field pretty quickly. So I think all around the second half, especially the offense and defense were able to piggyback off each other, can sustain some momentum, and that's what kept us in the game.
No. Austin, go ahead on Zoom. We can start with Joe Iacona.
Hey guys, congratulations on the win. Joe Iacona with TBK. Collin, you first. And if Ken asked this, we got Lester's first question, so I apologize. But talk us through kind of the last series where you dislodged the ball. We all thought it was a fumble on TV, but they called it an incomplete pass. Then the next play, you dislodged the ball. Then a couple plays later, you made a circus catch on that interception. That was just an incredible catch. Talk about that last series, and I don't know, did they just decide to pick on you? How did you get so many plays in your direction?
I'm not sure. Some balls went my way. I was just trying to make plays. Coaches put me in great positions to make plays. Teammates are doing their jobs, and I think that sometimes you don't see that. You don't see the obvious. You only see where the ball's going to other guys, and that's affects the quarterback. And then we pride ourselves on not flinching. So regardless of what happened, what the refs called fumble or incomplete on that one play, we just didn't flinch. We're getting ready, and they got the fourth down stop, so it was a time to change. So we just kept playing, kept doing our job, and doing our 1-on-1.
Awesome. And actually, it was funny because Collin mentioned you don't see. You just see the obvious. You were right there on his first play where he forced the fumble or incompletion. You had really nice coverage on the receiver there. I think it was Tibbs. I can't remember which receiver. But talk about kind of that coverage, and you were underneath, and Collin was over the top. You guys looked like you did a really good job on that play together.
Yeah. I was just, like all the guys, like Collin said, all the guys were doing their job right. I was underneath it. It was a really great ball. Quarterback put it in a really great spot, right where the receiver could catch it. Collin made the play on that. But yeah, like Collin said, like all the guys were doing the 111, and that ultimately allowed me and him to make the play on that ball. So.
And last question, Andon. The offense was doing such a good job. You guys were on the sideline the entire second half. We know everybody says that's tough for the opposing offense, like the quarterback gets pulled, everything else. Is it tough for you guys as a defense, or what do you all do to kind of stay in the game and just be ready to go when your numbers call?
Yeah, obviously, like when you're sitting on the sideline for, I felt like an hour or 45 minutes. It's going to be tough, right? But ultimately allows the opposing offense, they're going to try to force some throws, try to push it downfield. And like our offense did a great job. we're just good at keeping the guys locked in. There was like a lot of fourth downs, a lot of third downs, punt situations, but the offense converted, which kind of helped. We were doing sprints, doing high knees, all that kind of stuff, staying warm. But and just so proud of the offense. It really showed out tonight. So.
Ken McMillan.
Hi, Ken McMillan for the record. And congratulations on the win. Could you just tell us the significance of winning this game this week, coming off the loss last week?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot, right? Obviously, getting the win against a really great program in Kansas State. Obviously, last week didn't go our way, but I'm just so proud of the guys that we responded from last week. We didn't react. Things could have gone poorly this week, but we knew what we needed to fix. We focused on the fundamentals, and we responded today, and ultimately let people win. So.
And Collin, can you just talk about the defense against Kansas State? Now, their quarterback has got some talent there, but you guys did what you had to do out there. Can you just talk about the basic principles of what you guys had to do?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just consistency. They made a lot of plays. The fourth down, the first touchdown, that was a great ball, great catch by the receiver. They're a really talented team, a lot of playmakers on their team. But for us, it was just consistency. We knew everything wasn't going to go our way. There was going to be swings and momentum in the game. We just had to keep our head down and play the next play.
And one more last thing. You guys had to go deep into your lineup because a lot of guys banged up, a lot of guys contributed who were normally second, third teamers. Just talk about the depth and how everybody kind of came through tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so proud of those guys and the second, third string. I mean, it shows a lot about our culture, I think. All those 2 deep and 3 deep, they could, just blow everything off and I'm not going to get in the game. But those guys were really locked in. They've been locked in the whole offseason. And I think what makes it special is the ones mentor all the 2s and 3s, right? It's not like you're taking my reps. It's I'm going to mentor you and help you along. And I think that really speaks a lot about our culture.
Thank you.
Seth Mendelson.
Hey guys, Seth Mendelson, Mountain Nation. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
Tell me about practice this week. A tough game last week. Defense played well, but offense had some mistakes. And then today, it was nearly perfect, especially from midway through the second quarter on. What happened in practice during the week?
We were focused on the next game. We didn't let the game, the Tarleton game, kind of define our week and define the rest of our season. We got over that game on our team meeting on Sunday. We learned what we needed to learn. Everyone got healthy. We were practicing hard. We were flying around. We had great practices all week. We were focused. Guys were deliberate and intentional.
My last question is, talk a little bit about the offense. The defense we know about, you guys are on defense, but again, you said some things about the offense. Tell us a little bit more. Just how proud are you of what those guys did?
I really couldn't be prouder. I mean, Kale, he's second string, again, accepting a big role, ultimately played a great game. But like I said earlier, we won that game up front. The mob, the tight ends, the receivers, just blocking their tails off. So I think we really won it up front, and we made some really good runs. But I'm just so proud of the offense. Responding from last week, just the whole team responding from last week. So we hope to keep it going forward.
Thanks, guys. You have something else, Seth? We're good. Thanks, guys.
All good. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.